Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mute button.
It's all right. Well, good morning to you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get rolling. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being on. If you have the ability to throw your camera on, be present, be in the moment, and be here for your team members. Got a lot of stuff to cover today, but I want to make sure that we invite, or excuse me, welcome any of our guests. And Taylor, is this officially your very first meeting that you are joining?
Yes, I've been on the coaching calls, but first meeting with the team.
Awesome, awesome. So Taylor's not officially on the team yet, but she may consider joining our team after this call, and we have a call this afternoon. But Taylor, just really quick, tell us a little bit about you and why you got into real estate.
Yeah, of course. So I moved from the Bay Area in 2019. My husband and I got married and bought a house up in Cool. And the gears just kind of started spinning once we moved up this direction and I saw all the opportunity. And now I was like kind of teasing the idea, going back and forth, but it feels like there's always something going on here in the Sacramento area as far as like the market and people moving up from the Bay Area. The Bay Area totally sets the trend up here. So I was getting tired and in the rut of my marketing. It was promotional marketing, so it was like swag based.
Hmm.
I'd been there for 8 years and I was like, okay, I feel like I've, kind of exceeded all the things here and I'm ready for something new where I can be a little bit more kind of like in the thick of it with out there promoting myself rather than these items, if that makes sense. I'm like, I have more to offer than just some cool swag. So I had a baby last year, and while I was pregnant, I was sitting at home doing my classes, working from home. And then I went and took my test not too long after she was born and just left my job last month. So lots and lots of things going on over here, but excited, motivated, learning from all of you guys on the coaching calls, on Instagram, and all that good stuff.
Love it. Well, Taylor, I appreciate you being here. Congratulations on this past year, some huge, huge milestones in your life. But what's great about your skill set and the transference of skills is that you already know how to market. And the best marketers in this game are the ones that are winning. So you are a marketer, realtor. So good stuff. Love it. Thanks for being here. Any other guests on the line today or any first timers to a meeting? Going once, going twice. All right, cool. I'm going to pass the mic over to Karina. Karina, go ahead and hit him with the teaching moment of the week.
Alrighty, so CAR just dropped a new quick guide for some new laws that are coming up pretty quickly. The first one is about Tenant Protections Act, which increases the damages for violating this act. It also includes something about a termination for owner family move-in, termination for a substantial remodel. So that's when they have to vacate for 30 consecutive days because of health and safety habitability codes. And so there will be, just a couple paragraphs about this in Slack that's the April 1st new update. And then the July 1st update is the first one is about the flipper disclosure. So that's a disclosure for anybody that's done substantial work to a property and then turns around within 18 months to sell that property. So definitely, want to be mindful of what you're disclosing there, well, what the seller's disclosing there. And then there are new security deposit updates. So right now they can collect 2 months rent as a security for an unfinished unit and 3 months rent for a furnished unit. But starting July 1st, they may only collect 1 month's rent as a security for all types, unless they are like a very small investor with only 2 investment properties or less. So just whittling away at that deposit, trying to make it less for people to be able to move in. And again, I'll drop the whole thing in Slack for you.
Beautiful. Appreciate you. A couple conversations that are going to be coming up more and more, as we grow is the conversation about ADUs. There's people on the team right now that understand it because they're working on their own projects. We have Viet on the call, who's an architect. I know that Cynthia was talking about this yesterday. I think it's important that we probably do some type of come together, some mastermind on this topic. So if we were to put together something along those lines, is that something you guys would find valuable? Just show of hands if you guys would want to talk about what that actually looks like, requirements, things like that. Okay, cool. Shout out to the people. You guys spoke, and so we want to make sure that we're answering to you guys. So, You guys want more in-person training, so we're doing that. Last week, we did a lights, camera, action content session. Shout out to the people. We had about 25 people there. Yesterday, we did a buyer workshop. We looked at disclosures. We looked at reports. We practiced our buyer's consultations. So shout out to the people that are actually coming to these events. And this is not just for new people, agents that have been experienced, have been here for a while. Cynthia was there. Ali was there. I think it's just a great opportunity for us to come together. We're going to be doing an open house, best practices. We're going to be doing appointment setting. We're going to do more content day. The next one is up in Sacramento. So we're going to be doing a lot more in-person live sales training because I feel it's going to be beneficial to every single person in the organization. So good stuff to come. Let's get right into the slides. First up is going to be community contributions. And before we go there, does anybody have an event that they have upcoming? I've seen it on the calendar. I know people are talking about it on Instagram. Who wants to grab the mic and talk about an upcoming event that they are launching? Feel free to take the mic and go ahead. I know Blessing has something. I think Ophelia has something. Taylor has something. So Blessing, hit them first.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, so next Wednesday, I am hosting in the Brentwood office a Path to Home Ownership workshop. It is specifically geared towards first-time buyers who are on the fence and simply don't know whether it's time for them to buy, if they can, and what it actually looks like. So it'll be a full discussion from 6:30 to 8 o'clock in the Brentwood office about what it looks like to buy. I'm also having Lisette join me to talk about some of the credit repair services and also budgeting tools that are available. And my favorite part is we'll have a home inspector to help people understand, like, if you're a renter, yes, you'll have to take on repairs and what that looks like, and provide some tips as far as just preparing them for home ownership. So that's next Wednesday, the 6th at 6:30.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Blessing, is this your first event with us that you're hosting?
This is my first consumer event, so with purely focused on education. I did my gift wrapping one with DJ Ricky. That was great, but this is for my consumers. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Did you give me one of these right now? Was that what you just did? The ones and twos? I love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Taylor, you took yourself off of mute. Did you have something you want to share?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, sorry, my Zoom thing is frozen, so I can't see the speaker. Yeah, so we are hosting an event at the Sacramento office on March 9th. We're kind of really gearing it towards agent attraction. We're hoping to get some new agents in there that maybe might be interested in joining Joellen and I and partnering, but it's kind of open to anybody and everybody. The main reason we're thinking agent attraction might be better is because Sacramento is a little bit far from where I'm going to be focusing my farming right now. I'm focusing on my community here in Cool in the beginning, but any kind of attention in the beginning is good. So we're having my personal trainer come in. He's going to lead a 45-minute workout class. It's going to be wellness based. And then we'll have the Sherry Jones from Home Warranty speak for a few minutes, a lender that I'm partnering with in my community here. And we'll have some refreshments. We're going to have someone stop in from Peak Nutrition here in Cameron Park. They're going to give out some refreshments and we'll just mingle and hang out for a little bit after.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. I love this. Anybody else have an event that they're throwing that they want to share in the call or on the call right now? Anybody else? All right, cool. Here's what's working, whether you are doing a consumer event, whether you're doing an agent attraction event. Now, if you're somebody that is obviously wanting to grow your organization, no better platform to do so, no better team to do so in. What's working is events that are not held in an office. Now, obviously, you guys are doing consumer events, but if you know a local place like Tellus, for example, if you know a local bar, if you know a whiskey bar, if you know just some cool back room that you guys can go and hang out with and just do a cool mastermind, do an agent attraction, experience EXP, answer some questions, those things are hitting right now. Kenny and I are actually talking about that as well, because that just takes the ease or releases the tension of, oh my God, I got to go into an office. So if you're thinking about agent attraction, line up with a cool lender and, see if you can't find a local place. Within the next couple weeks, I'm actually hosting an event here at my house once again. We're going to be doing a full giant tour of River Island's new builds. Now, there's tons of new construction that's happening since the last time everyone came out. So I'll put the invite out to everybody. I think I could fit about 30, 40 people. I have a bus showing up. Money Store is going to contribute. And we're going to go and just have a day of full content afterwards. We're going to break bread and have a little mastermind at the boathouse. So more information to come on that, but I want you guys to come out, enjoy my house, and go and enjoy River Islands. Maria, let's go to you. You're muted, Sassy.
Okay, honey. Well, sassy no more. Okay. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I just pulled into Sacramento, but I wanted to remind everybody we're talking about agent attraction starting next Tuesday. So we'll have our team meeting here in the office, 10:30 to 11:30. At 12:30, we are going to be hosting every Tuesday. We're having a mastermind, a get together, or whatever, but it's going to be purposeful. So next week will be accountability. It'll be what are your goals? Pick one. The second and third Tuesday will be marketing, open house. We may have Joellen, hello, do her next door. We have open houses. And then the fourth Tuesday, we will have a lender come in and talk to us about the Sacramento market. It is open to all agents.
Oh, we lost you, Maria. It was just getting good too. She frozen for you guys as well. All right. So Maria, thank you. Take a look at Slack, take a look at the calendar. This is going to be something that you'll see at more and more of the offices. And Maria, are you back on?
I don't know, am I?
You are now. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, so anyway, it's Tuesdays, 12:30 to 1:30 in Sacramento. Every week is going to be themed. So you can't tell people, oh, there's nothing going on. Show up. Show up. And we'll see you there.
I love it. I love it. I heard something the other day that it reminds me of this. Well, I always want to sit at the table. Well, then just build your table. What I mean by that, whether you're in Fairfield, whether you're in Hayward, whether you're in Stockton, Sacramento, or any of the other offices, there's nothing standing in your way of doing what is exactly happening now in Sacramento, what's happening in Brentwood, what's happening at any of the offices. Use those as a platform to bring people together. That there's 5 of you that want to come together and practice your buyer presentation on a Monday morning, then do that in the Hayward office. There's nothing limiting you guys. Make sure you check the calendar, but I want you guys to do more of this stuff and let's bring our community together. That's all agent traction is, just put together things that are cool and invite people and just be real. So good stuff, Maria. Anybody else have anything? No, Jen, we want to send you a huge apology. We downloaded a lot of disclosures from Octavia yesterday. We used it as a training platform. So I apologize if you got tons of inquiries and downloads for your.
Yeah, you guys were playing with my emotions. I thought I was getting some buyers. I was like, damn.
I don't, we're midstream. I'm like, all right, put in this address, pull up these disclosures. I'm like, fuck, I should have told Jen, but that's why it was us. But thank you for playing along. Let's get right into the slides for the week. We'll get right into this, and thanks for being a good sport as always. All right, guys, so let's get right into new escrows. As you can see, we have a spring themed slide deck here. So let's get right into the new escrow. So Blessing got in contract, Opcity 115, Anna Pacheco 405, and Jen Oak got in contract for 495. So Jen, let's go to you. We'll go and hear from Blessing as well. Jen, tell us about this deal. Tell us about the strategy and what you're seeing in the market. Let's go.
This is my listing that I put on the market in the winter. We had great traffic and I priced it really aggressively, but I think it was a condo. So with condos and the rates, it was just a bit tough. So I ended up double ending this. I met these buyers at my open house that I did. And all the numbers just end up working for my clients and them. And then luckily, she sold, we actually closed yesterday, because that condo is going through a lot of renovation. So now it's deemed unwarranted. So guys, if you ever work with condos that are unwarranted, it's a pain in the ass because there's only like a few lenders in the state that would even touch it. So it's I learned a lot from that, and a previous unwarranted condo that I worked with too. But I mean, at the end of the day, both clients are happy. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to you and good luck with Octavia. Let's go over to Blessing. Let's hear from you. Strategy. How long ago did you get this lead? And how long did it take for you to get them into escrow? Let's go.
So I got this lead in November, right in the middle, and it was just him inquiring. So over November, December, literally just nurturing and making sure that he trusted me to be able to give him the information. So lots of research on what was happening in Stockton, what was happening with land, just providing a lot of data to him. He's a researcher, so I needed to make sure that I had numbers for every single thing that I was presenting. And finally got the listing agreement signed January 20th. I remember the date. We went live and we had a couple of offers within the first 3 days that were all low balls. And then I had two. We were listed at 115. He was very firm on 115. We had a 105 and a 110 that we countered, and none of them came up to 115. So he rejected all of them. Then we had a buyer come in at 115. We went into escrow. That was Tuesday of year in review. So I was super stoked. That buyer canceled 2 days later and just got cold feet. They ended up coming back a week later. So even before I called my client to let them know that we had the offer, I told the other agent, this offer is exactly the same. So I don't have any reason to trust that your buyer is going to move forward. So they amended the offer. They still came in at 115, but we had EMD tripled and submitted within 24 hours. Like literally he was at the escrow office with a cashier's check waiting for my seller to sign the documents. And we got that done. So it's been a little back and forth with wrong paperwork and being detailed, but we are officially, we should be recording today and being closed. So a lot of just patience and being able to provide the data that my client needed to trust me. And now I'm working with his son on their first home.
I love it. And you definitely showed tremendous patience, that knowing that you're doing all kinds of work behind the scenes, and it goes for everybody, right? You might not see the fruits of it just yet, but you have to stay in the game. You have to stay in the fight. And it's great to see how much momentum your business has and how much you've been able to show up. So congrats to you, congrats to Jen, and congrats to everybody else that made it on the board in that category. Let's go right to the next page. Next up, we have Delaney got into contract for 505 and Roxanne got into contract for 510. So congratulations, ladies. Let's see if Roxanne is on. Let's see if Delaney is on. No, one clap for them. Congratulations, and let's move forward. All right, so Samantha and Jessica got into contract, partnering on a deal for 620, and Rush and Turner got into contract with Sade, and it's actually Sade's very first deal. So congratulations, ladies. Sammy, I see that you are actually on, so I'm going to turn the mic over to you. Looks like you're getting ready to go out for the day. So let's hear from you. If I can have you share your strategy, what worked, talk to us about this deal.
Sorry.
It's all good.
So this client, we've been struggling to find her a home just because she didn't have closing costs. So looking in Richmond and San Pablo, very competitive cities, we were outbid for, I'm going to say about 3 months. And I had to bring Jessica on just because I'm getting busy and I needed support. And she went out and she helped me. She went out and looked at this house. We put an offer. It was above asking. They denied us. A month later, the house is still on the market. So I call him as I'm showing my client. I'm like, so was our offer not good enough? And he gave me a price, which was a 10,000 above than the original offer, but he will still give us the credits. So that's what we did. And we went into contract. I just had to reach out a month later and let him know we're still a good deal. And it was all because it was an FHA offer, which a lot of people freak out about that. But honestly, I've had better outcomes with an FHA loan on appraisal than I have with a conventional loan on appraisal.
Wow. Wow. I love this. And how did you and Jessica decide that you were going to work together on this? Did you guys meet in the office, or how did this partnership?
Well, I'm a last minute person, as everybody knows. I kind of was just like, I had to do something for my family, and it was like, who can I call and have somebody show my clients within like 2 hours? And Jessica and I were accountability partners in the intensity group, and I just thought of her, and every time I think of her, she comes through. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make her my business partner out there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to her. And I love the story. So congratulations to everybody that made it on the board in this category. And let's keep cruising on. Kevin Boo, you got in contract for 709. And this dynamic duo, Chris and Sophia, got in contract for 720,000. So Chris, Sophia, I see you guys here. You're there. You're on camera. Let's get you guys to talk about this deal, strategy, flow, what worked. What are you guys seeing in that market? So let's hear from you two.
So this is a client that they have a home to sell, but fortunately it's free and clear, so we didn't have to go contingent. So they're actually preparing their home to sell right now while they're in escrow on their next home. So they're looking for a single story RV access because it's a family of 5, 2 older senior citizens, and they live with their son that just had like heart surgery, and then they live with the 2 grandkids, which one of them autistic. So they're really busy, got a lot going on, and we've been getting beat out on a couple of properties because it's hard to find a large single story with RV access, 5 bedroom, 3 full bath. They're very particular in what they wanted. So when that particular type of property comes out, we go aggressive and do all the things, and we lost out twice in a row. Well, for this one came out, and they're kind of a little bit losing hope, you know. So what we did was it was listed at 675. Running comps, it could appraise between 7 and 720. We offered 700 and escalation clause of 730. Gave the sellers 21 days free rent back because that's what they needed. Waived loan and appraisal contingency because they're really strong buyers. 10-day inspection, and ended up finalizing the contract at 720K. So it's just, the market's heating up right now. That's what I'm seeing. And it's about being really aggressive and setting the expectations correctly with all parties and making it happen. So, yeah.
Man, I love this. Great job. Anything else you want to add, Sophia?
Go ahead, Sophia.
Yeah, well, it was just really, I was really glad that we won on this one because the ones that we lost out before, they were kind of compromising